Okay, this is part 2 of the coconut honey buns. You need a small mixing bowl and you're going to put in 1/4 of a cup of butter, softened, and you're going to put in a 1/2 cup of honey. A paring knife? Yes, I do. Where's my towels? Dang! What you're going to do is beat these together, the butter and the honey, until it is light and fluffy. So that's so I need 1, 2 tablespoons to take me right there. I think a hand mixer would work quite well right here at this point with a small bowl. If you cut your butter in smaller pieces, it'll be easier for it to work. So let me get my mixer. Okay, you might as well see what I'm doing now. Well, this is going to take a bit, so I'm not going to have you watch me blend the whole thing. But they do want you to blend it to light and fluffy, and it doesn't make sense to just have you watch the hand mixer go round and round and round. So just for a bit, and then we'll... This is going to be like a paste, and this is the filling, and we're going to be adding some stuff to this. I know these recipes seem a little more complicated, but I am moving you up into being able to do other dishes than just basic ones. First I get you to handle something, get comfortable with it, and then we'll move forward. So let me finish whipping this as it spins around. Okay, here it is, light and fluffy. Ah! No, you gotta stay in there, I need you. And we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of shredded sweet coconut. And they want you to stir this in. They do not want you beating this one in. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a secret that you can do. I'll bring you over here while I fix the coffee for my son, and we'll get back to that in a bit. You can, if your dough rises and you have to clear an area and everything, you can punch it down. This is the only time you can do it. Punch it down to give you about 30 minutes to get stuff together. Mine rose and I wasn't ready for it, so I punched it down. You can do that. That'll keep it from collapsing, because if it collapses on its own, it's bad. So that's why, in an emergency, if something's going on, just punch it down. You get one good chance at it. Now I got a son getting ready to get up to go to work, so I'm hustling just a bit to get some stuff done. And this is how he likes his coffee. we all have our different ways of liking it. He likes a good strong cup of coffee. Okay. Now once I do the sugar, I'm going to go back over there. But I just brought you over here because I was coming over here. There's no reason to put you, you know, on pause and you say, what did I do? Didn't do anything. It's just that I've got to hustle just a bit. I'm just trying to get the sugar dissolved from the bottom so it doesn't burn. And then I have a few minutes to move over there, and then I'll come running back over here. Okay, I don't do that anymore. Let's go back over here. I know. You're probably going to get dizzy before I'm done with it. Now that half a cup of coconut, you've got to stir into this. If your coconut is a little lumpy, just crush it between your fingers and break it up. Okay, we got that done. Everything there. All right, you're going to have to grease 2 baking sheets, and we're going to have to divide the dough in half. See, I punched my dough down so I had time to do what I had to do to get everything ready. So you can get away with that. A lot of people don't know that, but that is something you can get away with. But you can only do it once. My mother taught me that. She said, only once you can punch it down, that's it. All right, now they want us to divide the dough in half. Now on a floured surface, we have to roll it 14 by 11. Okay. Divide the dough in half. No, that's pretty much half. I tell you, I'm not kidding. I don't have any room here. Okay, hold on. The coffee's boiling. Okay, they told us they want us to flour the work area. Am I right? Yeah, on a floured surface, and it's 14 by 11. Okay. That should do it. Like I told you, I'm going to start shaping it before I even start rolling it out. See, I almost have it at 12 inches. I want to make it 14. So let's pull it out a little more. And we'll start rolling. That's why I always inform you that if you're going to sit there and make a shape, start doing it. Don't start with a circle like they usually show you. Sit there and start working it into the shape that you need. And if you overshoot it, we can always tuck it back in. That's how I look at it. You said 14 by 11? Yes. Okay. 12. Yeah, that's just about 14. But this is not 11. Now they're not going to tell you to put water stuff. They're just going to tell you roll it up. But no sticking. The thing is that we'll put some water on it to make sure that it does stick together or roll. $13, $14, $7, $8, $9, $10, still a half inch off. I think this is, I'm gonna roll. Okay. All right. All right, spread filling evenly over the rectangle to within a ½ inch of edges. You're only using half of this now, because we're making 2 of these. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Nice. These knives are excellent to spread so your knuckles don't get caught in it. And if you're doing tempering chocolate and you have to spread it out, believe you me, these are excellent for that. Because see what it does is it holds as you press here, it keeps your fingers up off of it. That was the problem my mother did. Every time she went to do it, she would end up tearing into the dough and stuff that she didn't want to do. So this equipment isn't made just for the heck of it. It's actually made to make your job easier in the kitchen. Now I can just get the stuff that I have to use for doing a cake and frosting it. My cakes would look a heck of a lot better than they do. Okay. Make sure you get it a ½ inch from the edge. Okay. Now where do you want me to roll one way or the other way? Okay, furthest in from you, you've got to roll this tight. Okay? And to roll it tight, that means you can't really roll it. What you're doing is you're flipping it over it, so you don't push the butter and everything out of it and the coconut. Sort of lay it over. But when we go to do a Yule log, you have to sit there and we'll be putting wax paper or parchment paper underneath it to keep it from falling apart. And don't think I'm good at doing that, because I'm going to tell you right now, I am not. So see, if you roll it, you'll be pushing everything out. This is why you pick it up when you roll it, so you don't push it out. Okay. Now we're coming to the end of this. Now you know it's not going to stick. I know it's not going to stick. So get a brush. You gotta wet the brush and very gently just put water right on the edge here so when you roll them together, they'll stick. This is what you want. It's not going to stick any other way. With this butter, I'm going to tell you it's going to roll right apart unless you put water there. And it's not that you have to put a lot, but you have to put it there so it can have something to grip. Because the butter is slippery, as they say. And I know they want you to pinch these ends in. They might be a little difficult, but do the best you can. And roll it to get it to start to stick. How many do you want on this one? Seam side down. You're gonna have a seam on both sides. All right. Okay. You can use a bread knife. I have a small one here for pastry. Now what you're going to do is cut this at an angle. I've got to find the 6-inch marker on this. This is 14, so 7 should be here, and that's going to be 8. So let's move to 7.5 to 7.5. All right, you're going to cut them at an angle. You understand? All right, the next one, you're going to cut like this. And you can cut this one like this. And they're going to look like triangles. See? They say 24 because they want me to make little tiny ones. I'm not. I'm making mine bigger. No, wait a minute. 12. Yeah, I'm going to get 24. My mistake. Because I'm getting 12 off this and 12 off the next one. Mm-hmm. 11, 12, yeah. Each half will make 12. Okay. Here's the other half of the dough. Now we're going to do the same thing. Of course, I'm going to start shaping this before I get there. By doing it this way, you come close to what you're trying to get in shape and size if you start off like this. Most people will start out with it circular and then work out and then wonder why they're having problems. Sometimes it's best you do it this way. Shaping it before you get there. So the size and the shape will be there that they want you to have. My mother always started with a round, and she wasn't always guaranteed that she would get the shape that she was supposed to get. If you get it too big, don't worry, you can always tuck it back in. And they're going to tear my sidewalk up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14. This is a little big, so I'll just slap it back in into shape. This is 12. Now 11 inches, we're missing 1.5 inches this way. Okay. Okay, we got 11. We want to make sure we hold 14, which we do. So these, they come in a sets of 3. They're very handy. See how your knuckles don't touch the dough? Because you know when you use a regular knife or spatula, you do have a chance of doing that. So see, you'll also learn equipment that you need to do certain things. Some people will like this recipe, some people won't. But you can see how the equipment works. I told you my husband bought me a lot of equipment. He wanted to make sure I had what I needed. He just watched me, and he would come back with things for me. If you want to say I was spoiled by him, yes, I was. I loved him very much. You see how I lay that first one over? That's how I do, and then after that you just start rolling. Pull a little away, and then roll it over so it's tight. But like a Yule log, you need parchment paper or wax paper or something, because the cake has to be handled warm. And you don't want it to crack. So practicing making things like this will prepare you. And though you say, I can't do it, you can do it. I have great faith in you that you can do it. Now, get your brush and definitely put water on the edge here so they'll stick. And you know what's nice about cooking? You get to try everything before anybody else can. So if you're making this really, really nice dessert, you get to nibble. The reason you're pinching these and tucking them under is you do not wish for it to seep out. Yeah, I got it. 12. All right, let's go 7.5. Now we're gonna have to go 8 on this one. So let me tuck it in a bit. Okay, let's do 7.5, about 7.25, somewhere around here. No, I did not want to get dirty, but it's gonna happen. Okay, we'll start here. If the shapes aren't perfect, don't worry about it. If you're learning, you're not a professional. I'm not a professional, but I work at it and doing the best that I can with what I have. I think I rolled this one a little bigger than I should have. All right, now what do you want me to do? All right, we're going to let them rise again. So cover them and put them in a warm spot. I'm going to rinse my hands before I turn the phone off. Well, put you on pause is what I should say. So I will see you when it's time. Okay. Let me get my glasses. We'll see what we have to do. Okay, you're going to turn the oven on to 400. Let's go do that. Click, click, click. Make sure your shelf is in the middle. Okay, you're going to need 1 egg and 1 tablespoon, no, just 1 egg right now. We're going to have to beat this egg. Let's see, I have the fork here, I think. No, I don't have my fork there. Get shredded coconut. Definitely the sweet one. And what we're going to do is we're going to beat this egg, and then we're going to brush it with the egg, and then you're going to sprinkle sweetened coconut on it. Okay, so let me beat this egg. Make sure you beat it thoroughly. When you beat it thoroughly, you get the yolk and the white well mixed, so when you brush it, it really does a nice coat. Some people just beat a little, and then you have the white sitting separate from the yolk, and they brush it on. It's not as nice. These are little things that make things much better. But first you have to start at ground zero somewhere, you know, and then build up. I hope all of you are learning a lot from my channel to help you with your cooking. And please don't be afraid. If you make a mistake, fine. I make mistakes, you know. You go through it learning. Every time you try something new, it happens. Don't get stuck in a rut, as they say, you know. Advance. I encourage you. Now you're going to brush them. That's what I'm doing right now. And when you brush them, when you beat the egg thoroughly, you can see it has a much better texture, coat. See how much nicer it looks? That's why I always encourage people, beat that egg properly. I have a cardamom bread that I love to make too. It is so good. I used to have it with coffee with my husband. I haven't made it in many years. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle these. Oops, got one more I have to do. I forgot this one. Do make sure that the coconut doesn't have clumps in it. That's what I'm breaking up right now in my hand. I never tell somebody how much to put on, because some people like more, some people like less. It just depends on people's taste. I love baking. You do not know how much fun I have in it. Do I know how to do everything? No, never. But there's so many nice things to make. Like a patine. Oh, I can't remember the bread. I have the recipe for it, and I see people buying it all the time. It's such an easy bread to make. My mother used to make that when we came in from church. I might make it this year and show you how to make it. I love crafting too. That's more sewing, crocheting and stuff. Right now I'm putting the Christmas tree together. It's the first year we're having an artificial one because there's just no way I can get one to the house because I don't drive. I can admit I'm a very bad driver. I wouldn't drive in the city. I window shop. Car would go where I go. I'd be running into the building. The only thing I'd hit in the country is what? A tree, a cactus, a fence, a post. In the city, that's another ball game. Okay, now when my oven hits 400, we're going to cook these for 10 to 12 minutes. Then you transfer them to a wire rack to cool. And that's it. So I will see you when I'm done. Okay, here's the first batch and they're done. Now that is nice. And you can't say it's not a nice way to start your morning. Listen, take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.